Hi, I'm Graham, and this is Man v Film. Kingsman is a movie that will literally rip your heart out, show it to you before throwing it in the trash and just watching you pass out in a pool of your own blood. It is a fantastic, kick-ass movie that is, akin to like Kick-Ass, but like a notch or two above. This thing is an exhilarating thrill ride from start to finish, full of fast-pumping music, hilarious music cues, fantastic jokes, over-the-top explosions and violence. It is, simply put, the most fun I've had in the cinema this year. Kingsman is about a secret agent group that works out with any government agency to protect the world and do things without any political agenda. Whenever one of their agents die, which happens in the very beginning of this movie, each of the Kingsman agents, they have to nominate a recruit who then go to a training camp, and the best member becomes the next Kingsman agent. Knights of the Modern World, as Colin Firth proclaims at the start, with their suit being their new coat of armour. Each of them have a fancy code name. Colin Firth is Galahad. Mark Strong, who is Merlin, he's the man that takes care of all the students and trains them up to find who's going to be the next Kingsman agent. Michael Caine is Arthur, the head of the Kingsman group. So we've got our core group of heroes, a nice setup, like code names, mysterious group, and of course you've got to have your over-the-top, crazy, megalomaniacal baddie, and that is Samuel L. Jackson as Valentine, who's literally chewing the scenery. He's having so much fun. This is a pastiche and a throwback to the 60s and 70s spy movies where everything has to be over the top and you have to have a plan to dominate the world or overtake the world, and you've got to have that strange looking henchman. There's been Odd Job in Bond movies. The crazy sidekick henchman in this movie is Sofia Boutella, who literally has swords as legs. Why has nobody thought of this before? Swords as legs. It is fantastic. I mean, you see her in action, you would be absolutely terrified. She's literally splitting people in two, chopping off limbs left, right and centre. It is grotesquely amazing. So the story of the movie is Valentine, as we know as the bad guy, is doing something to the world's political leaders and most influential people of the world. The Kingsman agents are being sent in to investigate to find out what's going to happen while they're recruiting for a new member of the Kingsman team. That is where Eggsy comes in. Where the rest of the Kingsman agents bring forward someone that's more of their ilk, Colin Firth brings in Eggsy, a sort of laddish, loutish, man-child persona who comes from the wrong side of the streets, and it doesn't quite fit in with everybody, but it has these street smarts and things that's going to boost him above everybody else. And Eggsy is played by newcomer Taron Egerton, who is very charismatic and gives a performance that's just going to shoot him into the stratosphere. He's going to be fantastic after this. He's got to do so many good movies. Colin Firth is in a role which seems similar to things he's done before, and then there's this duality to it. He's the upper crust, sophisticated, stylish, typical Englishman that we've seen before, but with this outrageous explosion of violent tendencies. There's this one scene in the movie that goes on for, I don't know, maybe 5-6 minutes. It's in a church, and when it finished, I had to go and pick up my jaw off the floor. This movie is absolutely fantastic. Michael Vaughan, along with his screenwriter Jane Goldman, really nails Mark Millar's sort of ethos and the style and the tone of the comics. They worked really well together on Kick-Ass, which was a great movie, but I think this surpasses it so much more. It is extremely violent, but the violence doesn't come across as real. It comes across as in the comedic dark, and it is entertaining. You can't believe what you're literally seeing on the screen. It has this laddish humour to it as well, which sometimes threatens to overtake the movie, but you know what, it fits in perfectly with the piece. It should have a natural lull in it, you would expect it, but the movie right from the get-go till the end is just end-to-end action. You like the characters, you want to see where they're going to go, you want to see how they're going to interact. You enjoy watching these people. You want to spend more time with them. I want to spend more time with them. I want to see a sequel. I want to see a sequel now. I want to see a sequel immediately, right now. It is that good a movie. I walked out of Kingsman feeling enthused and energised. I wanted to turn right back and go back in and see it again. Fortunately, it was the last showing. I will be going back to see this again. It is a movie you have to see in the cinema. You have to experience it with a large crowd of people who can't believe what they're all seeing. For me, this is undoubtedly a 5 out of 5 movie.